Thank you so much to the EA Creator Network for providing me with early access to the Sims 4 Business and Hobbies expansion pack. Hey everyone, it's AlluringSimmer here, and today I am doing another room build. This one is not part of the decade series that I'm doing currently. This one is base game and business and hobbies only, and it was really fun to do. I feel like this style of bedroom is something that I probably wouldn't normally do, but I feel like restricting myself to only using the one pack made it kind of interesting to see like what kind of style I went for. From my understanding, a lot of the pack is based off of like Scandinavian style. Please correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of like the color palette and the furniture that's used. Um, but it was really fun, like putting this room together because of all the like fun prints and bright colors that was available for the swatches. Um, I feel like with this pack, you can definitely make like a full bedroom, but I feel like the nightstands or side tables that we got were more like obviously geared for like a business or a community lot versus like nightstands for a bedroom. So I kind of made do with what we had, but I think it turned out really cute in the end. And honestly, I would probably style my Sims like actual bedroom, maybe not with this color scheme, but with this layout. I'm actually thinking that now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want to give it to my sim that I'm going to be featuring in an upcoming Let's Play because this room actually makes a lot of sense for that sim, and you'll know more about it once I actually start the Let's Play. But basically, I'm going to be doing like a mini Let's Play. This is my first time doing something like that, specifically for the Business and Hobbies expansion pack, where I kind of want to like go through all the different features and stuff that came with the pack and play through a small business. I've already made the sim, and I've also had a community member make other sims that will be featured in the Let's Play. So I'm super excited to like put everything all together. Um, but yeah, this is me just trying to figure out like how I was gonna style the room, because at this point I hadn't like fully looked through all the items yet. So I was kind of like figuring things out as I go and like trying out different swatches to see what I liked best for this room. This lamp really caused me some trouble because I wanted it to sort of pop against the wallpaper, since the wallpaper is very busy, which is why I used it as an accent wall. I wanted the lamp to kind of stand out, which is why I went for the brown. I felt like the blue, the white, the pink, the yellow, like all of those really blended in with the wallpaper. I also feel like I kind of pushed, maybe not pushed myself, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but I tried to use different swatches than I normally would, as I said before. So, like that rug, I feel like in any other room or any other build, I probably wouldn't gravitate to naturally, but I felt like it fit really nicely with this room since I was going for like a yellow color scheme. And I think in general, room builds have really helped me kind of, change up my style and go for different layouts and different just ways to set up the rooms that I make in my builds. Like, I feel like focusing on one room at a time really helps you, I don't know, pull the room together. I don't know if that really makes sense what I'm saying, but I feel like sometimes when you're doing like a full house build, it can be a bit overwhelming because there's so much to do at once. And you're like, what am I going to do for the bathroom? What am I going to do for the kitchen? And then I feel like sometimes for myself personally, I end up like not giving any of the rooms that much attention. But I've noticed that when I do a build and I like focus on each room like one at a time, like finish one room before moving on to the next, and not really thinking about what I'm going to do for the next room until I actually get there, that really helps me like kind of focus on the style of that specific room and then figuring out if it's going to be cohesive later and kind of styling the other rooms around the rooms that have already been created, as opposed to thinking of the overall style to begin with. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that can be a useful tip to anyone else who may struggle with doing like full house builds. Consider doing room builds and kind of figuring out like what your style is, like how you like to place things, and then using that to create a full house build, because that really helps me. I am actually in love with like the furniture from this pack, like the build and buy stuff. I feel like, I don't know, there's something like really cozy and they're all matching. So we love that for sure. And this is what you can see with like the nightstand that I was talking about, where it does fit, but I think it's meant to be more of like an accent table as opposed to a nightstand. Like I feel like it feels really tall in comparison to the bed. Maybe it's supposed to be like that for this style. Again, I'm not too like sure. Um, but you know, it worked. It worked in the end, and I feel like everything sort of came together as I added more and more stuff. Um, I love this cute little desk. I think I'll be using this desk quite a bit because I feel like we don't have a lot of like one tile desks to begin with, and a lot of the one tile desks are like more kid friendly, I feel, or like they have interesting swatches to say the least. Like either they're really bright and colorful or they're like not something that will go with every room. Well, I feel like this one, because it's mainly just wood toned and it's very simple, it can fit with like any style of home that you're trying to do. I also love the new laptop that we got. It's very MacBook-esque, and it has like the little touch bar. I don't know what it's called because I've never owned that MacBook, but I know what it looks like, and I know that's what it looks like. We also got this new piano, which is super cute. It's again neutral, but it has like that little gold finish that gives it like a little luxury feel. And yeah, I just threw it in here. It's kind of huge in the room, like when you're really looking at it, but I feel like there is enough space for your sim to like navigate still without like not being able to because there's something in the way. The one thing that I did kind of have trouble with, because of course this is a business and hobbies pack, so a lot of the stuff is geared towards like, you know, decorating your small business or, you know, doing like sort of a studio with your business, you know, being a part of it. Um, I was having trouble like finding a lot of like furniture that would be perfect for a bedroom. So I feel like I gave myself that extra challenge. Obviously we have like the wardrobe, the nightstand, bedroom or the bed and stuff, but I feel like even the things that like would make sense in a bedroom, like, you know, the mirror and I don't know, like the plants, the clutter, stuff like that. I feel like a lot of it was like more geared to a community based lot or a small business, if that makes sense. Um, Basically, you cannot use this pack to furnish a house, but you could definitely do like a studio apartment and a small business alongside it. You can definitely use it for community lots, a cafe. There's actually quite a few like instruments and stuff in this pack. I could just be making that up. Maybe there was only two. No, there was a guitar, there's a piano, and there's a microphone. So I don't know if that's a hint to bands, and I feel like I'm all over the place right now. But SimSteam, if you're hearing this, like I would be so down if we got bands in the future. There's also the saxophone. I completely forgot that I put that on the wall. There is like a in case saxophone, which I don't think we really have many like instruments, even as like clutter that aren't instruments that your Sims can also play. So I just thought that was really interesting. I don't know. There's not really much more to say about that other than, you know, it's interesting for sure. Um but yeah, I really did like how this room turned out. And I definitely think I'm going to do something like this for the sim for my let's play. If not using this exact room, I definitely want to like maybe change up the color scheme to fit that sim a bit better, but I 100% will be using this layout at least for my sim because she's going to be like a music lover and her main instrument is going to be the piano, so I feel like I had her in mind when putting this build together. um that little decal I threw up there was mainly because there's not a lot of like painting wall art stuff with this pack. There was the one painting that has like quite a few swatches, which is nice, that I put up over the bed, but a lot of the like wall art things were like decals, which obviously work better for like businesses, community lots, as I said before. But there was one that looked enough like it could just be like a print on the wall, which is the one that I put up above the piano. I'm not a huge fan of how I set up the curtains, but because there are one tile windows, I just made do with what I could. I like how it looks on the left hand side, but on the back behind the bed, I'm not a huge fan of. Um, but if I did it any other way, it would like be clipping with the bed, and I just didn't want that. So yeah. I also threw in the little plushie. Well, it's actually not little, it's huge. I threw a big plushie on the left hand side because I really could not figure out what to put there to kind of like finish the space that wasn't too big and wasn't like out of place. But I think it turned out really good. Stay tuned until the end for screenshots. Like this video if you enjoyed. Consider to use my code AlluringSimmer in the EA app when purchasing the Business and Hobbies expansion pack. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.